Hello, True Blue Oklahoman here. Let's talk about some Oklahoma issues here, such as data centers. I harp on those a lot because they're dangerous. It's an awful lot of expense on the human population just to power artificial intelligence and to store data they collect on you. But anyway, there's one that's coming, I guess, maybe up around Soto, Oklahoma, or maybe North Tulsa. I'm not real sure. But in water usage, it's going to use the equivalent every single day of a town of 40,000 people. Now in Oklahoma, that's Enid and Owasso, Oklahoma. They both average around 40,000 right now. This one data center is going to use that much water every single day. Who do you think is going to pay for that? It's going to use as much electricity as 100,000 homes. Who's going to pay for that? We are, of course. And some that are coming, not necessarily to Oklahoma, although we've certainly got the space for them. Some that are being made now are 20 times as big as the ones planned in Oklahoma. Can you imagine how much water and electricity they will suck up every day? And nowadays, since, I don't know, 60% of all electricity, I think, is produced by natural gas, what's that going to do to your gas prices? If you know, it's just going to go crazy, folks. That's all it is. There's a lot of local legislation around the country, people trying to keep data centers out of the place. And y'all might think about that. They're noisy, they pollute water, they lower property values. That's been proven. Um, you know, this could be one of those not in my backyard kind of things you really need to think about. But anyway, on to something else. Of course, the first thing that Trump and his disciples did when he got in office was to destroy Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, which was actually working. But the problem there is Oklahoma has been getting over 40% of its energy generation from wind turbines and solar companies. Where Oklahoma is well on its way. A lot of companies wanted to come here. We have the wind, right? And we have the sun. A lot of companies were wanting to come here, which would have meant less expensive electricity for Oklahomans. But then comes along Trump and his disciples, and they gave birth to the big, beautiful bill, and it just about cut all the subsidies and incentives for wind and solar across the country. And then what the state of Oklahoma did, the disciples of Trump here decided they'd do the same thing. So on a state level, they got rid of all incentives and put in so many regulations that it basically will kill wind and solar in Oklahoma. Now, I have never liked the fact that they called wind and solar power alternative energy. It just seems so obvious to me. I don't know. I could be a very simple-minded man, but it just looks obvious to me. But anyway, call your representative. All this stuff's going to hurt big time. Your electric bill will go up between 60 and 350% in the next 7 to 8 years. Probably sooner. Because they can't build these damn data centers fast enough. So I don't know, something to think about, something else to call your local politician about. They work for you, remember. If you voted for them, they work for you. You're supposed to tell them what to do. They're supposed to do it. You know, come on. And before I go, I want to thank Governor Stitt for commuting the death sentence last week. Thou shalt not kill and all that. And, you know, I applaud him for that. But anyway, let your representative know what you think. Beautiful day in Oklahoma. Have a good day.